The Faceless. The disappearance. The city was shrouded in thick November fog when the first alarming call came into the precinct. Alina Korshanova, a young artist living in an old house on the outskirts, had vanished. Her neighbor, an elderly woman named Marfa, claimed she had heard strange noises at night, creaking floorboards, whispers, and wet footsteps, as if someone were walking through a puddle. By morning, Alina's apartment door stood wide open. Inside, untouched food sat on the table, the TV buzzed with static, and on the floor, a puddle of thick black liquid. The first victim. Alina's body was found 3 days later in an abandoned church on the other side of town. She was seated at the altar, her head bowed as if in prayer. But the worst part came when the medical examiner touched her. The skin on her face crumbled away like ash. Beneath it, there was nothing. No muscle, no bone, just a smooth, hollow void. As if her face had been erased, the pathologist muttered. On the wall behind her, someone had drawn a large, crooked circle in charcoal. Inside it, childish scribbles resembling a human figure. A detective with a dark past. The case was assigned to Matthew Sokolov, a former investigator specializing in violent crimes, once part of the ritual homicides unit. He had left that life behind, but the chief personally called him back. "This isn't the first body like this," the chief said, tossing a classified file onto the desk. The photos inside made Matvey's blood run cold. 1984, a boy found in the sewer tunnels, face missing. 1999, an old woman in her apartment, the same circle on the wall. 2015, 4 students, their skeletons turned inside out. All cases closed due to inconclusive evidence. The shadow in the alley. The first sign something was wrong came that same night. Walking home, Matvey felt eyes on his back. He turned and saw a figure in a long coat standing in the alley. "Hey!" he shouted, reaching for his gun. The figure didn't respond, it simply dissolved into the fog. But on the pavement, wet footprints leading to a wall, and on that wall, no shadow, as if something had stolen it. The nightmare. The dream felt so real, Matvey woke up screaming. He was standing in an endless hallway with countless doors. Behind one, a woman sobbing. When he opened it, Alina was inside. "He took my face," she whispered, lifting her head. Her eye sockets were empty. Black sludge dripped from her mouth. Behind him, a wet, sloshing step. He turned and saw him. A faceless thing, just a hollow void oozing darkness. "You're next," it whispered. Matvey jolted awake. On the floor beside his bed, a puddle of black water. The archives. The next morning, he went to the city library, digging for information about the church where Alina was found. Old newspapers told a horrifying tale. The Eating 1801. The church was once led by a priest named Gennady Verok. He believed people's sins were sealed in their faces and sought to cleanse his flock. One night, he locked a dozen people in the basement and erased their faces with a consecrated knife. Even greed, not a farm, and locks of sod, befitting others' frames. When the townspeople broke in, they found only empty skin sacks, Ivar Halleck's himself hanging from the altar. But when they cut him down, his body vanished. The second murder. Another body was found in an old mansion, a man nailed to the ceiling. His skin had been carefully peeled off and arranged on the floor in the shape of a circle. And on the wall, a child's drawing. A man with no face. In the drive days. Iomi. Matvey began seeing him everywhere. In shop windows, in dark corners, in his dreams. One night, he woke to a whisper in his ear. "You're already part of the ritual." In the mirror, his shadow was gone. And no, last year, Under finally everywhere she listed to this Lul. The final victim was found in Matvey's own apartment,